Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, BazzbeTV. I literally just crawled out of bed because I forgot Chris Chan was a video that came out yesterday. So I had to immediately get over here to go ahead and make my video on it. This is Comprehensive History Part 42. Before we get into it, I've had a couple of people say that I look like I got fat over quarantine. I have not gotten fat, motherfuckers. Fuck you. I did, on the other hand, eat most of a chocolate cake yesterday. I did have a loaf of Italian bread just by itself, and I did have about 40 bagel pizza bites that I got from Walmart for like 10 bucks. But that doesn't mean that I got fat. That's just my normal intake of food. So we're gonna go ahead and get this. Fuck you guys.
What made him this way?
I'm so fucking tired, but we got to do this.
What is the attraction?
I may not have another chance to do this today.
What keeps us fascinated? This is the story of Chris Chan.
See, I'm a healthy fucking boy. Get off my back, Mom. I do want some more chocolate cake. I'm not gonna lie, that shit sounds good. Oh, and I had like 9 sodas, but I shouldn't be drinking soda anymore.
On October 1st, 2014, Christian made an angry Facebook post directed at all the employees of Sega, enraged by the redesign of the character Sonic the Hedgehog on the new video game and animated series, Sonic Boom. Sonic's arms are not blue! You all continue to make me most angry with this most criminal of changes in history ever!
Okay, I know we're only a minute in and I apologize, but here's something funny for you guys. I have seen this post. I have seen somebody share this specific post a couple years ago, and I had no idea who Chris Chan even was. I knew this was coming. Yeah, the fucking Sonic arms are not blue. I remember that went like viral or something, and I was just like, it opened up my eyes because I'm a big Sonic fan, and I grew up playing a lot of the Sonic games like over Mario, and I never thought about him not having blue arms. It kind of was just like that scene from How I Met Your Mother when the glass shatters. Whenever you find out something about somebody you kind of like neglected to pay attention to.
You either recall everything of the new Sonic Boom right now, or I will seriously not rip his arms off, and seriously will watch you all at Sega
you guys need to die
from this heinous
changing
of
his
crimes
arms.
ever. He attached 2 photos of himself pulling at the arms of the aforementioned miscolored arm Sonic plush doll, which he had purchased himself, explaining in the post's comment section that he fixed the arm color from blue to the previous standard beige,
so
using Crayola Model Magic clay.
Oh, okay.
Meanwhile, he continued to inquire about his troublesome girlfriend, Catherine, with her fictitious friend, Shayna, via email, feeling increasingly worried about their relationship ever since she supposedly began spending time with another man, Colin. Catherine eventually replied to him, letting him know that nothing happened between the two, and that she felt doubtful about Chris's ability to handle their open relationship if he became so uncomfortable at the thought of her spending time with another man. Shayna was pleased to hear that they were talking again, and revealed that she and Catherine were discussing costume ideas for Halloween. Chris said that they had planned to dress up together in a lesbians through time costume concept, while Shayna said that Catherine was more interested in the Catwoman/dominatrix theme. The next day, Shayna told him that she had already planned to dress up as a dominatrix with Colin acting as her slave, which made Shayna uneasy.
Dominatrix, like, my friend back in Texas was into that. I never watched any like porn of that, so I don't really know what they do. I think they just wear like the black leather and they shove shit up your ass, right? Like step on your balls, the high heel shoes or whatever.
Since he was black, Christian was surprised by the revelation of his race, to which she replied by sending him an alleged photo of Colin while on a business trip in China.
You know, fucking
response,
business trip.
Chris
Fuck
wanted
out of
to
here.
convince him of the importance for men to wear bras and to not walk around in public while shirtless, sharing with him his Braziers for Males Facebook page, which Colin failed to take seriously. He tried to make Shayna talk some reason into him, but she too failed to understand the reasoning behind Chris's logic. He replied to her with a heated email. You don't get why males should be top covered? Well, for one thing, I find their breasts simply horrific and vulgar. and the nipples do not help them either.
Yeah, what's
Second,
up with that? Why do we have
a lot
nipples?
of males are going to end up with drooping B-cup or bigger breasts anyway.
That's okay,
But
I
do
got
you
hair
want
on my
those things
chest, so
flopping
I just
all
look like
about
a hairy
while they're
potato.
topless? I would not. Black. Third, there is a major thing called modesty. Not many people like show-offs. Ugh, super seriously. Those ugly, offensive, vulgar topless hides just give me really bad shivers and quakes. Near enough.
Hey, I like having a little bit of extra weight. I'm not fat, motherfuckers, but I like having a little bit of extra weight because, like, whenever it's fucking cold, I don't feel as cold, bro. I feel good. I feel good now. I mean, fuck, I can't run to the end of the road, but...
To cause a freaking seizure. Vertical bar, open parentheses. Mails must be top covered. Sent from my iPhone. Stay safe. Christian W. Chandler. He soon after apologized for his temper, stating that he was stressed at the time because he thought that both he and Catherine were not ready to have sex with other people before each other, when in fact, she was. He also explained that their open relationship was his idea, which he believed could give her the freedom to explore her bisexuality.
Oh yeah.
He was beginning to accept the idea of Colin making advances towards Catherine if they were consensual, and if he kept her safe. He felt very conflicted, however, when he found out that she was not keen on his cause to make all males wear bras.
Yeah, I mean,
In response,
I wouldn't wear
he
one.
asked Shayna to
Free to
conduct
titty.
a poll with a desired sample size of over 1 million people to find out how many of them were offended by the sight of male breasts. If more than half disagreed with him, then he pledged to close his Facebook page and reprogram his mind to become more tolerant of them. Chris complained again that Colin was laughing at his cause, and wrote of the many occasions during which he witnessed shirtless men and became horrified by the sight.
Then quit looking.
On October 4th,
Wait, look.
after Colin...
It reminds me of, like, literally anybody who gets offended by some stupid shit. Like, I had this dude on my, what am I on right now? My YouTube channel who got mad at something I made. Or, like, he got mad at one of my videos. I'm just like, just click off the video. If you don't like it, then just shut up and click off it. Like, why try to engage in an argument or whatever? I don't know. I'm just one of those people, like, if you don't like something, just don't look at it. Don't watch it. Just block the person or just move on with your fucking life.
Theorized that Chris hated the sight of male breasts because of repressed sexual urges and suggested that he would satisfy Catherine instead.
Oh, okay.
Chris decided to block him and wished him the hell into misfortune. He then messaged Catherine, stating that he would not stop Colin from doing anything with her, but still warned her about him because he did not take Chris seriously and continually laughed at his concept of brasiers for males. Shayna then forwarded to Chris an email she received from Colin, who wrote that he felt Christian was significantly overweight, judging from his Facebook photos, and thought that his hatred for male breasts was a projection of his own insecurities about his body.
That's normally how it is when people have a problem with something.
By improving his diet and joining him at the gym to possibly acquire muscles almost as defined as his own, which were apparently well appreciated by Catherine. After reading his response, Christian decided to unblock him.
Bro, hold up. I'm sorry to pause again. I'm gonna try to not pause as much. Can you motherfuckers imagine Chris with muscles? Like, a chiseled abs and pecs and shit? Like, you know that meme where it's like, this dude slaps your girlfriend's ass at GameStop, what are you gonna do?
Help him with his weight loss, but took offense at Colin calling him fat. Later that day, Chris made a remorseful post addressing his girlfriend and Colin. He apologized to him for comparing him with a rapist and for calling him a womanizer. He also said sorry to Shayna for getting her involved in his dispute, and thanked Catherine for continuing to support him as he continued to learn how to act in an open relationship. He acknowledged that the mix CD he had made for her had leaked onto the Quickie forums,
Better lesbian
and
transgender
that
sweetheart.
it had been stolen from her. He asked whoever had it to return it to
These
his home
things
address.
don't work. It doesn't work
In addition,
that way.
he attached a link to a YouTube video he made in which he expresses the same sentiment as his written post.
This is Christian Chandler of Rockersville, Virginia. I'm recording this video because I have apologies to make. I want to apologize to Shayna, who was a good friend of mine, but not my girlfriend. Been helping me out and relaying details and whatnot amongst my sweetheart, another one of my gal pals, and new man of the hour. His name is Colin. With my sweetheart. Everyone I know her by now who knows me.
Bro, I really need to quit drinking soda and coffee. Like, my god, my poor teeth. They're never gonna make it. Yes, I brush my fucking teeth, like, 2 times a day. Sometimes 3. It just depends on what I eat.
Because they found the CD I gave her. Yeah. Her name is Catherine.
I drink way too much Coca-Cola. Like, I need caffeine to function.
I would really appreciate having the CD sent back to me, and I'll make sure she gets it, because it's the master copy, as well as the master print and handwriting in there. So I really would appreciate getting that back. Anyway, I've royally screwed up here because, while Catherine was
Takes a real man to acknowledge that, but
recently,
I fucking love this music, man. It's like...
Yeah, Colin asked her and Shayna to go out for a sailboat ride. Shayna couldn't make it, but Catherine went. They had a good time they had fun time on the boat. Nothing else happened. Colin treated her with respect, and I'm guessing kept his distance, but definitely respected my sweetheart. And, she's been going through a lot as well. She needed this.
I love it when he makes these videos
well.
because it's like really not for anybody in any kind of particular.
Bad things of life that's
Because
bothering her. It's relevant.
It's like
to
some
her
random dude comes
father,
across his
that's all I'm
videos and
saying
they're just
about
like,
it.
Catherine?
Anyway, Catherine, you mean the world to me, sweetheart. You really do.
I don't hear you doing the Ivy voice, man.
I've
How are you?
been going under a lot of my own stresses lately. Especially your response to everything. And it's my father every day.
Oh, he's sad. And I can see the reflection off the top of his head. My
hurts.
god, boy, shave your head.
I'm very sorry for all the mistakes I made.
Look at that glow.
I can't stop loving you. Deep within my
Tiptoe
heart.
through the window of the garden.
I don't know all the lyrics.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Chris.
So I'll just sing from the bottom of my heart and the depths of my soul.
I think it's scarier because you literally cannot see any facial features on this man.
I love you.
Oh my god.
Not long after
Silent
the video
Hill.
was uploaded, Christian resumed communication with Cullen. The preceding messages are unknown, but in the first week of October, the pair moved on to discussing Chris's criminal history, with Chris telling him about the times he had been arrested, and that he and his mother were on probation until next June, until which time they were convicted felons. He then provided definitions for 2 of his unique terms relevant to the subject. Jerk-ops,
and
meaning police
mana-jerks.
officers who abused their power to cause more evil, and mana-jerks, managers of establishments who punished the innocent while bored or evil.
I need to know
He
what his
recommended
stance is
that
on
Colin
Black
visit
Lives
Patrol
Matter.
created Quickie in order to find out more about his past. Colin was surprised by his felony charge, and recommended that he tell Catherine about his arrests. He further suggested against using made-up words like mana-jerk and jerk-op, because it made him seem foolish and less credible. In the next email, Chris wrote in detail of his
Oh,
troubles
it's
concerning
Michael.
the game place and its manager, Michael Snyder. He claimed that Snyder had hired people to act as witnesses from the store next door, and merely kicked the front fender of their car twice and faked his falls. With the conclusion of their trial, Chris stated that the manager received no compensation for his setup. He then elaborated on his earlier solicitation charge, which came about as a result of his use of the attraction sign to attract possible female partners. After visiting the Quickie and reading the official police records, Colin
Sorry again. What do you guys think if I made that fucking sign and tried it out in Los Angeles just to see if I can get any bites? Actually, I take it back. I'll go to the Santa Monica Pier whenever the stupid COVID shit decides it doesn't want to be a thing anymore. I'll go to the Santa Monica Pier holding this sign, and we'll see how many people I get to come up to me.
Was disturbed to find out that, as opposed to what Christian told him, he and his mother had run over Snyder with their car, and that Barbara had also assaulted a police officer. He decided to send a copy of his email to Catherine to show her how troubling his behavior was. Chris replied, writing that he told his mother about Colin's inquiries into their court case and involvement in his romantic relationship. She handwrote a note addressed to Colin. Colin, what is between my son and Katie is none of your damn business. Shut your f***ing mouth. You're the dumb one trying to tear down someone you can't be face to face. Our business is none of yours. You live in hell. You will suffer for the attacks on my son. Mrs. C. Christian also transcribed Barbara's message in his email, though he altered her words to add more emphasis on his involvement with Catherine. Colin then sent an email accusing Chris of hiding behind his mother, to which Chris retorted that he was simply honoring her wishes to let him know how she felt about him, after Christian admittedly revealed private information to him by mistake. He stressed that all that was written about him on the quickie was ancient history, and was upset that Colin shared that old info with Catherine, thusly hurting her. Chris found him to be an untrustworthy individual, wished him to rot in his own hell, and wrote him a random Axis humor poem. Alright, I'm going to fart on your head. My name's not Fred. Don't wet the bed. Is your face feeling red? You have bad street cred. Has your family been fed? We've got a lawn to mow and shred. This pencil has lead.
The patient has bled. Stay out of my shed. Don't break the bread. For your crimes you must plead.
The book has been read. I fear where to tread. Lord Zed.
Shut the fuck
The
up.
lesbians have been wed. The world is corrupted. My bear likes to be called Ted. Hasn't enough been said. Oh look, it's Ed. Your conscience and mentality is limited. You do not know everything of the world, and perfection of anything is only a grand illusion.
Take it back. My
in your
YouTube
head.
channel's not cringy. This is fucking
Colin
cringy.
did not like the poem, and felt that its stupidity further proved that Chris did not have the emotional maturity to be in an adult relationship, and hinted that Catherine may have lost romantic interest in him. In response, Chris
Have
took
we been here
responsibility
before?
for his
I think we've been here
mistakes,
before.
but stated that Colin was also to blame for the chaos. He said that Colin needed more growing up to do, since unlike Chris, he did not
you
have
like
to work
40
to
years
overcome
old,
his
man.
autism, nor did he spend a night in jail worrying about the safety of his mother, or get beaten up by police officers and managers. Colin was not impressed with Christian's defense,
My nipples
stating
are
that
hard
other
as
people
fuck
with
right now,
autism
man.
have achieved more than he did. This is the last known email correspondence between Colin and Chris. Meanwhile, Christian continued to post updates about continuing to make and send out more Sonichu medallions for willing buyers on eBay.
I think I'm
By
gonna
the
buy
end of the
one
first
actually.
week of October, he had received close
I'd
to
love to
80
hang
new
up my tacky little
purchases.
medallion next to my computer.
Privately, Christian tried to make a deal with Mr. Smith, the person who received his angry-eyed Sonichu medallion. He suggested that he could make another standard-looking medallion for Mr. Smith, free of charge, in order to convince him to drop the case against him for sending a medallion which was not as described. Mr. Smith later received the replacement, which was made like all the others, but its nose had broken off during delivery. He then requested that Chris draw him a picture featuring Sonichu and Mr. Smith himself, so that he could stop his complaints about Chris revealing his personal information on the internet. He provided 2 photos of himself for Christian's reference. On October 9th, Chris shared on Facebook that he owed eBay $300 in fees for listing his items, and demanded that people buy his original drawings
They
still
can do
up
that?
for sale. He then posted a picture of his mother's BMW, which was still up for sale only for a price of $15,000. Willing buyers could call Barbara's phone via the phone number Chris listed on his post. The next day, Christian called Colin's phone at around midnight, but he didn't pick up. On the day after, they exchanged a long text message conversation. Colin let him know that he didn't answer his phone because he called when he and Catherine were in bed. Chris said that his call and urge to leave a voicemail was an impulse by their friend. He then told Colin to get on his motorcycle and join his bully brothers at the bar in the desert and get
They
stung
just used
by
a random
scorpion.
stock photo.
Colin did not understand his message and called him a child. Chris then informed him that he was on his way to a showing of the documentary film Wish Me Away, which focused on LGBT themes, and expected to meet up with many other lesbians like him in attendance. Colin did not acknowledge him as a lesbian, since he possessed a penis, to which Chris replied,
Twitter is
"My
cancelled.
lesbian soul links better to them, and the ugly growth is easy to conceal under my skin, and satisfactory
So you don't have
attributism
ovaries.
is easy, with a piercing on my taint, where my clit is, city boy."
Oh my god, I
Colin
forgot he
rebutted,
did that.
"You
Oh
don't
my
have a
god.
clit, you have a penis!" Good luck trying to hide it if you ever manage to get some lesbian interested in having sex with you.
Somehow.
Christian messaged back. Tucking it in is easy with an empty strap-on, no dildo. The sphere makes up for the faults of this ill-damned gender I was forced to be born to. Maybe I'll lend the dildo to you, so you can shove it up yours. And, by the way, among which, you give the males a most terrible and horrible name in your behavior. Most uncouth.
You're
have
really
no
the
soul,
balding
Colin.
fat man.
You are shallow, and your forehead is so bald, the sun could reflect off of it and
No,
blind
no,
everyone in
no,
its
no, Mr. Chris Chan. Who are you talking to right here? I just saw your head reflecting the light.
shaded brown light. Blinded by poo light.
Krillin looking ass.
Colin replied that he
Saitama
would let
looking
Catherine
ass.
use the strap-on dildo on
Caillou
him.
looking ass.
In response, Christian said that he would let her do that to him also. Colin then wrote that he received his doctorate from Oxford University, with Chris replying that he maintained honor roll throughout middle school and high school, and received a degree in computer-aided
I'm so
drafting
glad I'm
and
fast
design.
enough to read this.
He called Colin a bully and hurled insults at him in order to catch up. Chris also claimed that he was neither racist nor a bigot,
Yeah, okay.
and listed off Bill Cosby as a black entertainer who he liked. He then named other male entertainers.
Oh, I got
such
some
as
bad
Frank
news for you
Sinatra,
about Bill
Bing
Cosby.
Jerry Seinfeld, and Kelsey Grammer, who he considered as among the 1% of males who were decent and respectable. Chris proceeded to list off.
Boy, look, I love Seinfeld. I do. It's one of my favorite shows, but Jerry Seinfeld literally fucked a 17-year-old girl. Like, like the show's last season or whatever. He was literally fucking a, like, it was a minor or something, or he was dating a girl that was still in high school. But he was like nearly 40 or in his 40s or whatever. Like,
Several
I wouldn't say
female
that's
entertainers he
respectable.
enjoyed,
That's
including Britney Spears,
creepy.
Lucille Ball, and Pamela Anderson. He declared Colin as one of the 99% of males who are phony, argumentative, compassionless, and trolling stupid. He confessed that he hated to have been born a male and wanted to get an organ sex change operation after the birth of his child.
Like, I hate
and
being
would
born a
even
male
enlarge his
too. I have no
breasts.
rights compared to
Chris then
women.
revealed that his mother was a breast cancer survivor.
You
The
can't
next
see me
morning,
work a strip
Christian
pole.
called Catherine at 3:50 a.m. At around midday, Colin began text messaging him again, complaining about being woken up. He let Chris know that she did not appreciate his comments concerning the poo-colored glare glinting off his shaven head. Chris eventually responded to his messages over 6 hours later, refuting claims that he was a racist. Colin thought otherwise. Chris rebutted, stating that if he were
I'm not
truly
racist
a
if I
racist,
wanted to
he
say
would have called
nigger
Colin
too.
by the N-word, a word he claimed he never used. They proceeded to insult each other and defend themselves. Colin asked if Christian became a male lesbian because of his small penis, with Chris responding that his ugly growth could extend up to 7 inches, and could even stretch it and shove it up his anus. Colin doubted that any lesbians would be interested in him since he had a penis, though Chris wrote that he had a lesbian friend who he was interested in asking out for casual conversations and then possible tribadism. He threatened to show his and Colin's texts to their mutual friend, Shayna, but Colin told him that Catherine told her to stay out of their dispute. On October 13th, Christian revealed on Facebook that he realized that he owed eBay money because he made a lot of sales in the past month, and asked for some to contribute to sales amounting to $150 to keep him from going in debt. His request was soon fulfilled by an unknown individual. The next day, he
Well,
posted that he shipped out the majority of his orders, and even though he had still more to make, he would give himself a break the next few days. Also, under the suggestion of frequent
You don't
Facebook
work. What do
commenter
you mean
and
taking a
financial
break?
contributor Kenneth Engelhart, he offered to make a wider selection of custom medallions, such as ones depicting Sonichu and Rosechu's children, Robbie, Sarah, and Christine, or an equality symbol. On October 16th,
Equality, except
he
you
shared
hate
an article from the
a
magazine
fourth of the
Elephant
LGBT.
Journal, in which he learned that having sex might prevent cancer. 2
oh,
days
for
later,
fuck's
he wished his
sake.
Facebook friends and followers a happy Halloween, and asked if anyone knew of any Halloween parties in the Charlottesville area. He also attached a photo of a My Little Pony character he made out of Legos.
The
On
fucking
October
cartoon
19th,
character,
Christian
man.
wrote a post on his Braziers for Males Facebook page. I was thinking more about
I'm gonna
modesty
go
amongst the
like
common
this
male,
page when I'm done
besides
with
the
this video.
fact that their top portions should still be covered to less offend those, including myself, who feel and have been feeling offended with topless male nudity. There is another amongst the common male that should still be considered more concealed from those sensitive to them as well: the bulge. The bulge definitely remains obvious, even regardless of what kind of pants they wear. Even opaque leggings alone would not suffice to keep that covered up.
See, we're all clowning on Chris, but in reality, this is literally like everybody on Twitter at all. This is literally how every autistic retard on Twitter tweets. The bulge, the bulge. You know, I like my bulge. I like it when people stare at me, okay? I don't care, I don't get offended.
My own personal expression of my lesbian transgender sexuality, that leggings and skirts together can better conceal the bulge. The skirt is more loose outwardly, so even if it becomes aroused,
the only skirt I wear is my Scottish heritage.
The bulge becomes less obvious to tell.
Kilt.
Also, I like to hide my long, ugly growth underneath my taint, tucked between the skin and my underwear. This also helps in better being able to look down and not have to look at the darn thing.
Well, you'd have to look over your stomach
have to wear skirts and leggings, but in the name of modesty, it would be beneficial. And y'all will be able to better feel the breeze of the air on your legs and lower region, which is good.
It is good.
And with the light chill getting there, y'all may find better seed population growth there as well. Again, using the term loosely. So, take a page from my book of life for your consideration.
I mean, I'm surprised because I always had a hot laptop sitting on my lap. I'd always work in oven, work very hot jobs, walk in the Texas heat to get to work back in the day. I didn't think I had any sperm count. I wore a condom and I still have a fucking kid. My boys were strong soldiers.
Skirts and leggings for better modesty. Males do not have to be such offensive show-offs. That is so stereotypical of them to be show-offs. Prove yourself not stereotypical and more modest. Have a good and safe day. He then shared a photo of himself wearing a skirt to demonstrate his methodology. 2 days later, he expressed his surprise at finding out that due to recent negative ratings on his eBay account, Chris's selling status was rated as below standard, and as a consequence, his recent transactions were being withheld by eBay, preventing him from using his earnings to ship out more commissions. He later notified his followers that he spent 2 hours waiting for an eBay customer support representative to answer his call regarding his status.
Is eBay even still a thing? Like, I haven't heard anybody talk about eBay.
The matter had been sorted out, and asked that people not be defrayed from ordering by his inconveniences. It was around this time that Mr. Smith received the drawing he asked for from Chris, which included a bemused-looking Sonichu pointing at a depiction of himself, telling him, "You just couldn't let up and be patient, could you, Mr. Smith?" In addition, the background included an ice bucket over the door, intended to be opened by Mr. Smith, and a painting of a sinking tugboat on the wall. He was apparently not amused by this illustration, which convinced Chris to make a brief YouTube video apologizing to him.
To Mr. Smith, I'm very sorry about sending you the medallion with the angry face. And I should just treat you like the other customers and give you the original face.
He looks like fucking Dr. Roxo from Metalocalypse.
Well, you did get that. I apologize for drawing with the want of dropping a bucket of ice on your head.
It's like Chris continues to do this shit, and he always has to make like an apology video, and he's like, I didn't mean to do it.
Down the drain there.
But it's like every episode we have one of these, at least one.
Anyway, yeah, I'm very sorry. I'm hurting. It hurts. Everything hurts.
It hurts to live.
A lot hurts. Goddamn stress of life.
Bitch, get a fucking job. My life is so hard being a 40-year-old man living with my mom. Take pity on me.
He soon after removed the video, though trolls managed to download it in time and re-uploaded it onto YouTube. Privately, Mr. Smith told him that he did not believe that his apology was genuine, since he was not wearing his Sonichu medallion.
Oh, for fuck's
sake. I am for real, and I do not have to wear my medallion to prove myself. I have done more than your money's worth for you. I am the real Christian Weston Chandler of Rutgersville, Virginia, and you can tell best who I am from my face. I am sick of kissing your pitiful ass. Now,
the real Chris is handsome and he can play guitar.
On October 25th, Christian learned about the controversial video game-related topic known as Gamergate, which he interpreted as a misogynistic viewpoint against women developing or playing video games. He was against that stance, confessing that he liked to portray himself with a female avatar while playing games,
I do too.
And asked for the misogyny and cyberbullying to stop. He shared screenshots of some of the custom-made in-game characters.
I mean, it's quite literally like, would you rather look at a man's ass or a girl's ass when you play a game? And I'm gonna be on one of those people that play a girl. Like when I play World of Warcraft, half my characters are girls. The other ones, like, they have to be men because they're like burly, like warrior. But when I play like a spellcaster and they gotta wear a dress, they're gonna get that little bump in the back.
Characters he created to represent himself. Soon after, he made another Facebook post, pleading for a cure for autism to be found, sharing stills of himself fighting a personification of autism in the Nintendo 3DS game Super Smash Bros. 2 days later,
man, you don't need no damn sword. You'd have a gun being a school
prominent
shooter and
proponent
shit.
for the humane treatment of livestock and also autism spokesperson, would be coming to Virginia to speak at a conference regarding autism. He wished to attend the event and try to meet her as well if he had enough money. He eventually declared that he could not afford to go to the conference.
Oh no.
On the 28th, he proclaimed eBay as a terrible website for placing vulgar labels such as below standard on sellers and withholding funds from entering sellers' PayPal accounts, giving them a rating of only half a star out of 5. On Halloween night, after encouragement from Renee, a troll posing as a friend of Catherine and Colin, Christian dressed up in a 70s lesbian-esque outfit and went to a costume party and show featuring numerous drag queens held at Charlottesville's Impulse Gay Social Club, a gay nightclub.
How big is
Chris later
Charlottesville? Like,
commented
my god.
that he enjoyed the show, but complained that the speakers at the venue were too loud, thusly giving the gay club a rating of 4 out of 5 stars. On November 5th,
Such a bitch.
Null, the owner of the Quickie forums, made public that he was to shut down a private discussion board that could only have been accessed by a select few people, a board which led to more trolling and interference in Chris's life. He censored all names pertinent to the discussion, but made it clear for the first time to the wider community that all the gal pals who communicated with Christian in 2013 were trolls pretending to be his former high school classmates.
No.
And inferred that Catherine, Chris's then mysterious girlfriend, was also a troll. Null felt guilty that all the people Christian knew in his life, be they friends or foes, were all users of the forums, and called for anyone who wanted to contact Chris to reconsider their actions.
His
as he
life
was
is the
visibly
Truman
drained
Show.
of energy and enthusiasm, and said that further trolling would be morally reprehensible. Null did not consider shutting down the forums, as he thought that people would continue to discuss Chris either there or on another site. In the time since Chris's father died and activity died down, users of the forums began discussing other individuals who became known for their laughable antics, known as lolcows. Null and other users involved in the discussion thread considered expanding on that concept.
Damn, boy, I wonder if I'm on here. Because, like, I haven't even, like, talked about everything that's happened to me, and I would definitely, in my opinion, qualify to be on this. Which is funny. I also really don't care, so it's like, if you guys want to, like, add me on here, cool. If you want to know more about me to get information to put me on here, ask away. I'll do, like, let me know in the comments if you want that, and I'll do a, like, questionnaire thing.
To create a website that addressed the actions of numerous perceived lolcows, and brainstormed rebranding themselves as something along the lines of the Kiwi Farm, based on a common mispronunciation of Quickie forms, as uttered by some lolcows. On November 5th, Chris made a lengthy Facebook post declaring once again his dissatisfaction with Sonic Boom because Sonic the Hedgehog's arms were blue. He called for a boycott of the game and TV show. He attached a photo of himself holding a figurine of the newly designed Sonic with his
the blue arms look way better.
His post also featured a long list of hashtags designed to get the attention of many platforms and individuals. In a comment on his post, Chris stated that the blue arm travesty was just as awful as the so-called whiteface, referring to singer Michael Jackson altering his skin color. A friend of his asked him why he had bought at least 2 Sonic Boom toys if he planned to boycott the franchise. Chris wrote that buying a few items to recolor their arms was a small, ironic price to pay toward his cause. On November 6th, a person operating an excavator executed a controlled fire near Christian and Barbara's rental home, possibly in an effort to dispose of dry debris, which may accidentally catch fire at a later point. Chris was made irrationally upset by this ordeal, believing that the man controlling what he dubbed a shovel mech was irresponsible for setting a fire so close to their residence and the forest. He also posted a video of the event on YouTube, which he titled as, "Male idiot tries to put out fire and sits there someone, please call 911 for Flintstone Drive," Y, partly revealing the address of his rental house.
Yeah, and I'm recording it on my iPod. Video. Yeah, you see what he moved his shovel back and he's
My
looking
fucking
like
god.
he's either stoking it or he's trying to put it out. Well, he could try covering it with the dirt. That's what it looks like he's doing right now. This can go on YouTube.
Oh my
Shoveling
god, you fucking
Mayo
Karen
idiot
ass bitch.
tries to put out fire. Surrounding a forest
Autistic male
and
idiot thinks he's dating a girl
neighborhood.
who's in an open relationship for like the 15th
Hey, there's a lake
time.
nearby. You know what?
That is way
You can
too pretty
scoop
for
some
him.
water and put it over the damn fire. My mama tried calling 911, but guess what? The darn idiots won't listen. They think he's not breaking any laws. Consarn it, they don't have a lick of common sense.
No to you too, bitch.
Oh, now what? I'm driving away. Yep, I stoked the fire, and now I'm driving away. Oh, I'm an idiot or something. Look at me. And now I just turn myself around. And now I'm gonna sit here and watch the damn fire some more. Somebody please call 911 and tell them to get over here.
The next day, he let his Facebook friends know that he was alive and well, and that the fire had been extinguished.
Oh my fucking
Also on
god.
November 6th, Null posted a close-up photo of Chris's taint piercing, not long after it had been pierced. It is unclear how he obtained this picture. 3 days later, Christian told his followers that he caught up with all his drawing commissions, and further advertised his still available drawings and medallions from eBay to serve as possible gifts for the holidays. In addition, he said that he was planning to move back into his old house sometime in December, which may delay his production of commissions.
Really?
On that same day, he continued his spree of hate against Sonic Boom, replying to a post from the official Facebook page which asked of people's opinions on the first aired episode of the Sonic Boom TV show, that he was still boycotting the game and the TV show until Sega fixed Sonic's arm color. A day later, he announced, "Take a stand with me. Not only boycott Sonic Boom, the games, and the TV show, but also discourage everyone from buying the games and watching Cartoon Network until Sega recalls everything Sonic Boom, including the TV show, and changes Sonic's arm color back to their original color. Riot the streets until they fix the monstrosity." In the comments for his post, Chris refused
Yeah, let's
to
go
believe in
destroy
talks
businesses,
concerning the
beat
idea
up
that the
people,
Sonic Boom franchise
stop the
was not canon
highways
to the rest of the Sonic the
over the
Hedgehog
color of
media,
someone's
and that the
skin.
protagonist for the new games and TV
This
show
is aged
was not
very
technically
well.
the same character as featured in previous games. Kenneth Engelhart suggested that maybe he should create a petition to change Sonic's arm color instead, and asked why he was so upset by this. Christian replied,
Bro, I'm just saying, like, if he's, like, wanting us to riot over the color of skin, or the color of Sonic's skin, I really, really need to know his stance on Black Lives Matter. Because Chris is kind of, like, he's kind of conservative in a way, and he obviously doesn't really dig black people too much, so... But he also hates cops, so...
that he was upset because Sonic the Hedgehog's arms were not supposed to be blue. He added that after numerous complaints directed at Sega, he claimed that he was blocked from leaving any more comments on the Sonic the Hedgehog Facebook page. Soon after, he provided his friends and followers with a download to the game case covers for Sonic Boom, as made for the Wii U and 3DS, which he altered to correct Sonic's arm color and added a caption, telling all to boycott the games since his arms were blue. Chris told them to print off the images and paste them onto the game cases on sale at every nearest game retailer store, GameStop. On November 12th, with the help of Kenneth Engelhart, Christian founded a new Facebook page with the aim of better publicizing his cause, titled Keep Sonic Original. Other people joined the page and contributed to the discourse. Some were weens, who seemingly supported him and encouraged his actions further, and others tried to help him by making him realize the error of his ways.
I mean,
who were
like
known by
I
the
said, I
forum
didn't
members
even realize
as
his
White
arms
Knights.
weren't blue for, like, the
Also on
longest
that
time.
day, Chris received an email from the
I'm
Fairfax
perfectly fine
Cryobank,
with this
a
redesign.
fertility center to which he applied to donate his sperm. He was rejected by the clinic, without any exact clarification as to why.
Because
In
you
the
look like a
aftermath of
fucking
his rejection,
goblin.
he wrote a series of text messages to Renee, saying that he got rejected and so felt lonely. He was now searching for a woman to bear his daughter, and if not Catherine, he would have offered Renee the opportunity,
And that baby would have
except
died
that
of,
he
like,
knew that she was in the midst
infection
of her own
in the
troubles
first year.
and didn't want to bother her about it. Later that day, he once more advised that someone consider purchasing Barbara's BMW for the non-negotiable price of $15,000 and provided her phone number again for any inquiries. In his next post, he advertised the Sonichu medallions that were still up for sale on eBay and showcased 9 different possible varieties in a photo. Over the next few days, Christian continued to complain about Sonic's blue arms on Facebook, both on his newly founded page dedicated to his cause and on his own personal profile. On November 17th, he wrote an account of how he went into the retailer Target to find that the game Sonic Boom was so successful that it was nearly sold out. He then got into a heated discussion with store security personnel concerning sensory overload of the blue arms and stocking of the so-called shit game. He urged his followers to go to the store to encourage the staff to send the games back to Sega and to buy back all the sold copies in order to send them back as well. Also on the 17th, he announced on his Keep Sonic original page that a member posing as Japanese game director and designer Izuka Takashi, who was heavily involved with the Sonic franchise, was in fact fake. Another user then made a post writing that the Sonic from Sonic Boom wasn't.
So he's able to distinguish that that was a fake account this quickly. I don't know if it is or not. I don't know. But he was able to do it this quickly, but he can't tell the difference from like why all these internet girls want to date him that are so beautiful, so out of his league. They're all okay with him being a hideous fucking monster with the fucking taint piercing. He could shove his crooked ass Loch Ness monster dick up his own ass. But they're always like, yeah, we could date in an open relationship. I miss Casey. I fucking miss Casey and Liquid
in fact,
Chris.
A descendant of the original Sonic, and that it's not canon of the original game series. Chris angrily replied, "That does not matter with the freaking issue. Did I not make it clear that I do not care whether or not it is freaking canon or not? OMG! I so fucking hate that word, canon, in the definition of matching or related. I have hated it since that definition of the word confused me from after its introduction to me while I was drawing my comics.
Yeah, I also
years
hated
ago,
it when people
which
said
led
Super
me
Saiyan
losing my
4 was
inspiration
canon.
to draw more among the troll and bully
But, I
abusive
didn't like
reasons.
rage like this.
On November 20th, Christian publicly revealed on Facebook that he had applied to become a sperm donor and was rejected, theorizing that it was because the sperm bank was discriminating against autistic people. His lengthy post
No,
was
it's
thought
'cause
by
they
forum
looked
members
at
to
you
have
and
been
it was
written
like,
by one of his friends, as it lacked his special signature writing quirks and flair. Also on that day, Kenneth Engelhart, along with a few people Chris communicated with on Facebook the most, which included William Elliott Waterman among others, began to work on a new Sonichu and Roastu website under the domain name spurgweb.com. At the time of its publication, the site was still in its rudimentary stages, with limited visual appeal and functionality. The staff created a forum offshoot site as well to encourage fan discussions. Other Facebook commenters felt unsure about its intentions due to its primitive website design and its name, Spurgweb, which used the term spurg, a derogatory way to describe someone with Asperger's syndrome.
Really? I didn't know
After
that.
some time, Chris chimed in as well, saying that upon checking it out himself, he did not like it, and stated that it looked trollish and suspicious. Kenneth conceded and took down the website. On November 21st, Chris posted a drawing he made depicting himself in a fit of rage, recoloring Sonic's arms, while in a thought bubble asking Sega to recall all Sonic Boom merchandise until his arm color was changed back. He pleaded for everyone to share it with the Sega and Sonic the Hedgehog Facebook pages.
You know, I think the funniest thing that Sega could have did at this point is just redesign Sonic where he's fully blue.
2 days later, he notified his friends of a flash sale on his mother's
Blue eyes,
BMW,
dude,
which was
just
still
do
up for
it.
sale for a limited reduced price of $9,995.
Whoa.
3 days later, Chris text messaged Renee with updates about his move back into their old home. He notified her that their house was still being renovated and that their insurance company could only afford to pay for the storage of their furniture at the Rainbow Restoration Storage Facility until the end of the month. If they had to pay for the next month themselves, it would cost them $1,600. As a possible alternative, he asked Renee if they could borrow her house and store the Chandler's furniture there until the renovations were completed. It was soon settled that they would rent another storage unit for their furniture with money Barbara borrowed from Chris's life insurance.
You had
Renee
life
never replied
insurance?
to his messages. Later that day, Christian wrote on Facebook that he had a much-needed, short 5-hour-long power nap after a stressful week of irregular sleeping patterns. He aimed to fulfill the rest of his orders within the following day. On November 25th, Quickie Forms user SkyRaider91 returned to the Chandler's house to take and share pictures of its most recent appearance. By this time, the roof had been rebuilt and new windows were installed.
Does he actually move
There
back
were still
in?
many disposable items visible on the front lawn, along with a dumpster along the side of the house. The next day, Chris regretfully informed his followers that due to the snowfall, shipments of his medallions and commissions may be delayed. Also on that day, he updated his wishlist album on Facebook by arranging its items in order of importance and made a post specifically regarding the items he wished to get, revealing that he had added a Sony PlayStation 4 and a PlayStation camera. On the 27th, he made several posts on the Keep Sonic original page, restating the importance of the protest and telling his followers not to give up until all Sonic Boom merchandise and media were corrected.
Yeah, I'm sure
He then
Sega and,
privately
the
attacked
Japanese
William Waterman
company
over
is
the
going to
Facebook
listen to
Messenger
them.
app about posting spoilers for Sonic Boom and demanded that he delete them. He elaborated why he didn't appreciate seeing those posts. Something you really detest gets made into a real video game and a TV series and a toy line. From such, it makes it as official as The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog when it originally aired. And when you do not want to hear a damn thing about that which you detest while you are protesting it, you would not want anyone telling you anything about its story, content, or shit. And having such revealing content on the page against the thing you hate while you are rallying your support troops to dispel it would jeopardize your operation. Because if the story arcs and content should spark interest in your ranks, and your troops leave the group, the success of your protest falls. Now, do you understand, BillyWitchDoctor.com?
God.
William had assumed that Chris didn't want to see spoilers because he was interested in buying the game when it was at a reduced price. Chris denied this claim. After William reached an understanding of the situation, Christian gave him a metaphorical gold star sticker. On November 29th, Chris left one more enraged post on his Facebook page.
No, is it almost
Another
over?
thing of interest from what Billy figured out. I'm not in it at all for buying the blue armed game for quick reduced value either. And on that, if we continue to take it slow, the software will be reduced, and the TV show will run its course, and everything will have been done to death. No! We need to kill Sega into recalling everything now, even if we have to do something like put knives and bombs to their throats.
Oh
And we
my
must make
God.
all the stores send all things Sonic Boom back to Sega in the name of recall, and force Cartoon Network to pull the show, and force Sega to fix the arms in every freaking episode there as well now! In response to this outburst threatening violence, Kenneth removed Christian from his own Facebook group. Soon after, he deleted the Keep Sonic original page altogether. With the recent change in his idol's appearance, Christian showed just how much he was unwilling to accept seemingly insignificant modifications. This was in part due to his autism, which made it difficult for him to accept changes. In addition, his response was the result of a lifetime of being pampered by his parents, and years of inflated self-importance brought about by the trolls, which led him to falsely believe that he had any power at all to make a difference.
What are you talking about? He killed Clyde Cash's son, or brother. Oh my god, bro. This is 42? I don't know if I was just delirious or not, but I think this is probably the funniest one I've seen so far. I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you got to this point, you're pretty fucking cool. I fucks with you. Leave a like and yeah, subscribe if you haven't already or whatever. Definitely subscribe to Genosamuel as always, and I will see you fuckheads in the next one, part 43. Deuce.